Carl, Brendan and Dan here from Games, Brains, and Headbanging Life, gbhblofficial.com for sure. And we are doing a Bloodstock reaction video as we go to the Sophie Lancaster stage on the Thursday where Hacktivist are playing. Hacktivist are certainly rising up the ranks in quick succession thanks to their combination of grime and metal, effectively, the kind of grime rap and electronica side of things mixed with a modern style of metal. It is very unique. Now, I know this band. I have reviewed their latest album. It was an experience for me where I generally, one of the rare times where I almost didn't want to give it a score because I couldn't give it a high score because it wasn't quite for me. But it's one of those where I can completely understand and recognize and see what is making this band blow up. Like, completely get it. But it's just, for me, it's something I can't quite get on board with. I saw them at Bloodstock. I thought, oh, that's interesting. That will certainly cause some debate. But check this. I'm telling you right now, the tent is going to be absolutely fucking rammed for Hacktivist because of intrigue. Intrigue. At least at the start. Maybe a few songs in, you might find some people go, oh, fuck this. This isn't what I want to watch, and just disappear. But this is going to be one of those.
This was my thing. And this is why I picked them. Intrigue.
This is going to be one of these bands that you might hear about afterwards that absolutely people are like, holy shit, did you see Hacktivist? Part of me is like, well, look, if there's nothing else on, I will go watch a bit of it live to at least sort of see what they're like in the live environment. That's where my intrigue comes from. Brendan, Hacktivist, what do you know?
Oh, I don't know the new album, so I can only give my completely unfair judgment on Hacktivist pre the new album, and I'm not a fan. I'm a boring old fart, you know. Don't do all that weird mixy stuff. I can't handle it, you know. I don't know. I mean, everything's got its scene, and it's I know they're a popular band, so you know, I know there's gonna be a lot of people there that like it. Thankfully for me, I don't at Bloodstock tend to have to worry about too much of, oh, if there's nothing else on, I'd probably go and see it, because the reality of it is I probably won't, because there will be something else on. I wish them well. I'm sure the tent will be rammed. I'm sure it'll go down very, very well with the people who want to see them. So all the best to them. I haven't heard the new album though. So for all I know, they could be they could have direction and now have turned into Slayer. So, hey, let's see.
Hopefully not.
Well, I can confirm that they have not turned into Slayer. Let's do Hyperdialect in 3, 2, 1, go.
Looking at life from a whole new perspective. Fix talk shit, my hearing's selective. When I'm on a mic, the vibe gets aggressive. Me and these dudes, we don't sound symmetric. Grind killer being from the cesspit. Been rejected, but I learn quick. Now I'm up metal, this on next shit. Great creators infected, got everybody gassed up since Brexit. You elected the elected. Now you wanna chill and watch Netflix. It's about to get grimy and septic. Thought we were just sitting on fences. Me and my soldiers living in trenches. Body bags everywhere, lethal forensics. See, the thing is, politicians, musicians, none of them stand a chance against the Hyperdialect. Who elected the elected, and these fucking best get selected. Hectic time and money invested, we Hyperdialected. It's just like we suspected, we're forced to be accepted. Politics and music's infected, we Hyperdialected. Who elected the elected, and these fucking best get selected. Hectic time and money invested, we Hyperdialected. It's just like we suspected, we're forced to be accepted. Politics and music's infected, we Hyperdialected.
First things first, I just want to praise the video. Fucking love the video. It's so unique, so cool, so interesting. I found myself mesmerized, but it's all hypnotic to a certain stage. Listen, the simple thing about this is you're gonna have to have an interest in grime and rap to really take love from this track. I feel like you do. You can admire the combination of those very buzzsaw style riffs and the heavy drumming and the brief smattering of death metal elements here and there. But if you fucking hate rap and you hate grime and all that, how can you like that track? That is a real problem. Now, I don't care for grime. I don't care for rap or grime. I respect grime more because of the street angle to it, the quite lyrical content in this. A lot of the shit I really, really like. I like that they like what they're saying and singing and rapping about and things like that. But overall, I can't say I liked that. I can't even picture that and being enjoyable live. Like I was doing it. I was like, I'm at the Sophie Lank, and do you know what I saw? I saw me stand on a beer going, and then realized I was probably missing something I really like elsewhere, you know? And that's the reality of that. It's not for me. I can completely get the popularity of that shit though. But they are in a really, really difficult position because on one side, you've got this grime rap and that edge, and then you've got the metal. And rarely do those two cross over that well at all. You know, people think of rap metal, they think of new metal, and that's another issue in itself. So their audience almost feels like is limited to a degree, and the intrigue that exists initially disappears once people hear it and go, okay, that's not for me. If you're into rap and grime, you won't like the heavier death metal style shit that's going on. If you're into metal, you're going to absolutely get sickened by the rap and the electronica and all those elements, and finding what I feel is a very small group of people who sit in the middle going, no, I love both, you know? Really? Right, explain. Go, man, please explain.
I really enjoyed that. I love I think a lot of what comes into rap and grime is wordplay and how you do it. So I like rap and grime if the lyrics are just pure shit. I focus a lot on lyrical content. So if it's like, I stabbed 12 kids in the park, I'm not going to enjoy it that much. But if it's clever or if it's got a political message to it, then I'll enjoy it a lot more. The kind of freneticity of that it reminds me a lot of a band I really enjoy called Gassed Up, who do that exact kind of thing, just more loud almost. They're a beat down / I'd say grime band. It just reminds me a lot of that, and I've really enjoyed them. So I didn't know anything about them, but I have to listen to more of them to really form an opinion on them. But I definitely watched them in that tent.
Okay, all right. Go on then, Brendan. Throw your 2 cents in.
Prawn cocktail sandwich.
That's quite nice, actually.
No,
Really?
it's not. No, it's not.
Now, look, all right. So my take on it, I didn't particularly enjoy it. Okay, I didn't. My first initial thought with the video, I didn't particularly enjoy the video. I remembered an episode of Animaniacs where Brrraains took over a TV channel and sent out all those colourful things to try and hypnotize the world so we could take over it. So I don't know why that brought back memories of that. As you both are probably aware, I am a fan of rap. I have no problem with rap whatsoever. In fact, I would imagine out of the three of us, I'm probably more of a connoisseur of at least some forms of rap, especially the horrorcore side, which is the American closest you get to the grime scene over here, where it's no radio play from the street, talking what they would say, they would maybe call real shit.
Yeah,
yeah, see. I didn't think his rap was good. I didn't think his rap was good at all. I didn't think his wordplay was brilliant. I thought there was some clever things, but I think he limited himself by trying to have to finish every single sentence with a tid. Yeah, so that really limits the vocabulary that you can use because he wanted to do that. So when he says lines like politics and music's infected were hyperdialectic,
yeah,
that's not a clever line. That doesn't actually make an awful lot of sense. I can get the politics bit. I'm struggling with how music's infected. Or is he saying we're infecting it? But anyway, don't get me wrong, I can see the catchy element to it. I can see the kind of energy of it in a pit of people who love that would probably be pretty fucking cool if you're into it. I'd be interested to see how they actually perform live because whether they actually have a DJ or they have a backing track because there's quite a lot of effects and, you know, that sort of stuff going on. And obviously in the screenshots of the band coming up, and there was never any point where the keys are on decks or anything like that, you know. So I'd be interested to see if actually it's the four or five, whatever it is, band members, and then a backing track doing all of the stuff behind them, or if they actually have like a, you know, kind of DJ setup. So that intrigues me a little bit, because that's obviously the reason I bring that up is just purely the purist side of the metal thing, is the idea that whatever you do on record, you have to be able to do live. You know, that's the thing, and you know, to a degree anyway, there's a certain amount of forgiveness on, you know, on certain things. You know, so yeah, if you come out and like 50% of your tracks on a backing track and the rest of it's you guys kind of bouncing around on stage waiting for the geezer who's going to do the death metal, the grind kind of element of it, and then, you know, it's an interesting dynamic. It's different for Bloodstock. It's very different. Yeah. I know that they've had crossover into these areas before, but I think this is the furthest step that way. Not for me as genuine, honest thing. Can see definitely why people would like it. Yeah, I'm not a fucking complete idiot. You know, I can listen to that and go, yeah, not for me, but that's probably going to be popular with, you know, with a reasonable enough crowd. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's one step, maybe more than that. It's maybe 10 steps too far away from, even from grind, because the grind section of that is a very, very small chunk. I know it's only one song, but it's not like it's a predominantly grind song with a rap part. It's the opposite way around. You know, it's a rap song with a riff, and then there's a grime section at the end of it. It's not, you know, it's very, very heavily weighted away from metal for me.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think the kind of overall thought on this from all three of us is, I don't think it's necessarily lowered any kind of expectations, because I don't think we had any. I think if the opportunity arises at Bloodstock and we have nothing else to see, then I think intrigue enough to be like, you know what, let's go watch 10 minutes of it. Let's see a couple of tracks, just as you say, in Brennan's case, to see how it performs live. Me, I'd be very interested to watch the crowd. I'd be very interested to kind of watch this crowd, because to see if the people that are sort of up at the barrier because they want to see the band afterwards and they want to be right at the front and see what their experience is like and things like that, or see if there are a ton of people in there just getting down to it, you know, that kind of aspect. I can almost be sure, regardless, I wouldn't be there for the whole set, because, you know, I know more of them, and overall it's still not for me, you know? If you like Hacktivist.
They came out with one new fan. If nothing else, they came out with one new fan, so it's worth reacting to.
I'll have to listen to more of them, but I have a good feeling that I'll definitely watch at least like half an hour. If I really enjoy it, then I'll stay there for the entire thing. You know, that's how it works. It's a festival.
Thursday on the Sophie Lancaster stage. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?